I'm going to take you on a little tour of my base, starting with the old stuff, the home launch pad, the shelter, the old furnace situation, the old printers. All this stuff in the middle is old, and everything else is new. I want to start over here. This is my materials organization area. Right here we've got refined metals, glass, ceramic. Over here we've got basic materials, most of which I keep running out of, so they're always gone. Over here we've got refined materials, so these are ones made in the chemistry lab. We've got like rubber here, a bunch of plastic, and then lots of other ones that are missing because I'm always using them for stuff. Over here we've got fun stuff like gases, we've got astronium, we've got fractal rose seeds. I used to have the exo chips here too, but I used them for something. Then over here we've got the storage, so spare silos, spare canisters, spare auto arms, all that stuff goes on here. Just take a moment to look at my giant rovernator, which is over here, which I use to drill through the mountains and fill up the canister. Alright, let's take a look at the next part, which is the train situation. So I've got 3 giant canisters here. We've got zinc, we've got aluminum, and we've got copper. A good chunk of all of them. Oh, except copper. Something's obviously broken. Let me just show you how this works. Alright, train's almost here. So hopefully I can show you some of the automation here. Oh, there's nothing on it, so maybe not. Alright, what's supposed to happen is if there's something on here, it'll unload it onto the silos. Those will get sorted into the metal silos over there. Zinc is a separate system here, but aluminum and copper come in on this train. I'm going to start this going down, and then we can follow it and see where it's going to go. I'm having some power issues right now because I made too many miners and things. But let's go down to the mines. This is the old... Oh, never mind. There's the zinc factory right there. It has a different rail. But it used to be attached to this rail before it was automated. I feel like I need to make sure I don't run out of hard drive while I'm making this video. Alright, here we go. So down here, this is what I think of as the circuit. So when the train passes here, it sets this junction to take this right fork, and then it goes over here. And what it's supposed to do is come right here to this aluminum mine, which happens to have a frickin' tree fallen on it for some reason. This probably just needs to be repositioned a little bit. I'll start working again. That should work. So it's supposed to grab this thing when it comes off, then it'll put it on there. That'll put it on the silo, which loads it straight on the train. As you can see, here it is on the train. Let's pretend this has a storage sensor, so when it fills up, it's supposed to keep going. So let's pretend it kept going. And then it comes here. What? Dang it. I'm gonna see if I can get this thing to play nice. So, press start here. This will go down, go to the little aluminum station. And what it's supposed to do is basically sit here until it's chock full of aluminum. This doesn't always happen because there's not much aluminum left. But anyway, let's pretend like it filled up, and let's send it on to the next thing, copper. So to land there, you notice that it picked up all the copper off of there. It comes over here. It hits that signal, which switches the junction so that it knows how to go back up, back home. And it goes back to the base, up there. There's a lot of tethers down here, but I have oxygenators now, so it doesn't really help anymore. Alright. That was one of my oldest tunnels, too, that's been utilized. So, if you notice, it just plopped everything right on there, and now the arms are hard at work, putting it all away. So, this is definitely one of the coolest parts of the base, in my opinion. It's pretty neat. Alright, so that was the train. Let's check out my nanocarbon alloy factory right now. So that is this paved section over here. So first of all, we've got this part. Normally you fill this with soil. It's not running right now. I don't have any soil to show it with. But basically, goes through here. This creates hydrazine here. Hydrazine goes in here. Hydrazine comes over here. This soil creates graphite. So it comes in here, creates graphene. Graphene gets pulled over here. This creates titanium alloy. Normally there's a can of titanium right here, which I have moved to refill it. And then that pulls over here. This is the final nanocarbon alloy factory. As you can see, it is paused. And I was building up some titanium alloy here, but normally it puts it in a can right there. And the other side of this, what it needs is steel. So what we have here, we've got a tree that has tappers on it. Tappers make organic. This thing stuffs the organic into this furnace, which turns it into carbon, puts it onto this tower. This tower I always stash with iron and argon, which lets it make steel. Steel goes in here, and then moves on to the final step. So it's pretty nice to have steel automated and stuff. Now let's come to the other side of the base towards some of the Megatech stuff and see what's going on. First of all, I've got this tiny factory that makes ceramic. Soil turns into clay, clay gets smelted, turns into ceramic. Here we have the old rail station, which isn't necessary anymore. I mostly use this train just to move stuff around the base because you can put a lot of crap on the train. Oh yeah, here's something that started out next to my base. This is where I park my cars. My really big cars aren't here right now, but we've got your rovers. There's two other ones floating around somewhere. I don't know where they are. Over here, we have the carbon and organic factory. Similar deal to steel. Got two trees growing. Organic bit gets picked off, puts in the furnace or puts in the canister, and then there's a giant canister of carbon. So we've got a ton of these resources here. This big platform is a construction platform for the new DLC. It happens to be a really good giant platform also. Over here, we have something similar for glass. So normally you put a giant thing of soil here. This turns it into quartz. Quartz gets smelted into glass. So there's a big supply of quartz and glass right here. Very handy. Guess I can turn this thing off. Similar deal here. It's totally out. I've used it all, but this is just dedicated to making compounded resin very fast. I'll get to this thing in a second. This is one of the new Megatech things. So this is a museum. You feed it all kinds of stuff. You feed it research, you feed it power, you feed it resources, and then you get like little prizes for it. So here in the power donation station, I've given 1.3 million power units. And as a gift for that, I got this golden battery. Very cute. I don't think I'm going to get any more of these because they're so frickin' expensive. Over here, we've got the biodome. And I just got some automation for this. Oh yeah, you can see here's some resin right here and some of my other stuff. So this guy harvests seeds and stores the outputs. This guy on the right side plants them And as you can see, they're working freaking hard, planting and harvesting all kinds of stuff. The results all pop out here. I think the next thing to do would be to make some automation to... Whoa. That's cool. I've never seen that before. I guess it opens in the daytime. Anyway. Yeah, make some automation to put some of that stuff away. Also, there's resources for donating seeds. That's the biodome. The other interesting thing here is the intermodal platform. So first of all, I made another fuel factory. So there's an ammonia mine at the end of this train that has exhausted itself, so the automation's not working anymore. But it would dump the ammonium here, gets pulled off over here, goes in here, atmospheric condenser up there to get the hydrogen, and then that dumps in here. So there's a good chunk of hydrazine in here. Something that's really annoying about this DLC, this does not automatically balance between the canisters. So like actually getting this factory to feed all 3 canisters is really hard, and I think that's really annoying. But anyway, what this is this is an automated shipping terminal that can basically transfer between rail lines and space. I am not using the transferring functionality. I am just using like storage essentially. So what I can do with this, let's I'm gonna gas up these trucks a little bit. So this one, for example, has an empty canister on it. I'm gonna send this off to Glacio manually. I'll let it go over there for a few minutes. Same deal with this one. I'm gonna fuel it up a little bit. Anyway, so we have a slightly different setup with this rocket, but same idea. This thing's gonna go to Glacio as well, pick up some iron. I got frustrated with this intermodal terminal. It doesn't work very well. Ah, that one worked the way it's supposed to. Basically, it's supposed to automatically fill up and then return, and then what the heck? Yeah, that's how that's supposed to go. And then just fill this thing. Yeah, so this shuttle works, the other one doesn't, even if they were set up in the same way, which is really annoying. But I didn't have to go there, and I got my iron, and that does usually work for titanium, so there's probably something messed up on the other side. So next, I will go to the other planet and show you what it looks like over there. Alright, here's my snail collection. I've got all of them. 2 of them are on the rocket. 2 of them are on this rocket. They're all there. They are all there. Oh, hold up. I need gas. There's my home base, so let's land right there. You can already see the intermodal platform from space, which I think is very cool. So, alright, so here we've got giant frickin' smelting platform. This thing is gonna fill up with iron. It's filling up because we just took all the iron away, so it's filling up with another batch. This is the titanium railway, which is empty because, probably because there's something wrong in the mine. But yeah, this iron thing is so productive. It makes so much frickin' iron. It's crazy. Let's go check out the titanium railway. There's not much else to see here. There's like, I don't know, a small base and like a bunch of rail stuff, because you do some rail stuff on this planet that's kind of neat. Check out this titanium mine. I made the hill too steep, so I had to make an alternate entrance that I could actually use. Alright. It looks like it's just stuck. Same situation as with the aluminum mine. Just needs like, I don't know. Probably just needs a new source, but I'm not about to do that. Yeah, we can start this up. Go follow it. So yeah, this will just truck on over to the intermodal. Drop off some tanium and then turn right back around. And over here I can call the shuttle. Whee! And there we go. Get out of here, why don't ya? Alright. There's one last thing I want to show. Oh, here's a car. Look at it. I put a scrap container on the back. There's my snails. So the last place is above Silva. Let's go. Yes. Orbital platform orbiting around Silva. This is one of the new Megatech things. One of the last things you can get. So basically this is like a giant floating base. And you can build whatever you want on here. I haven't built anything because, like, I don't know, I have everything I could need. But so you can build your orbital intermodal terminals and stuff on here, and then it's got this like big cool middle thing, so you can like turn this into a resin, and it'll just like beep, boop, 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 boop. Very cool effect. And then like, ta-da! Giant freaking resin. How fun is that? This is just soil, so like you could make a base here by having a rover. You carve up the soil, you put it into machines, it'll like make stuff. The reason... Alright, oh my gosh. So yeah, I have flight mode here, which was one of the things that I bought. It just lets you fly around and do whatever you want. You can also spend Astronium here to fly to a different, like, above a different planet. But there's, I don't know, I'm not going to use it, so there's no point in that. Anyway, ta-da, that's my base. I think that's everything. I really need to stop playing this game now, but it's been a lot of fun, even though, honestly, this DLC gave me a lot of reasons to do cool stuff, and I appreciate that. But the DLC itself is really buggy and, like, kind of half-baked, which is disappointing. I think it'd be really sick if this orbital platform you got a little bit sooner, and then you can like build your mega base up here and unlock something else. I don't even know. But anyway, yeah, that's my base.